Hey, couch potatoes. Welcome to another episode of On the Sofa with me, your girl, Lil Sonya. Come in, take a seat, and let's get the conversation started.
Hey, couch potatoes. Welcome to another episode on the Sofa with your girl, Lil Sonya. And today we have a very, very special guest, Miss Courtney Smith. Welcome to the Sofa, Courtney.
Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Yes, it's a pleasure. You froze up on me a little bit, sis. Okay, now I see you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I can see you and hear you now.
Perfect.
Yes, ma'am. So, Courtney, I like to ask my guests before we get started to choose a number no greater than your current age. And then let us know what it is.
You want me to say it out loud?
Yes, ma'am.
35.
35. So, tell me how 35-year-old Courtney ties into the Courtney that's sitting on the sofa with us today.
Okay. Let's see. 35-year-old Courtney was a stay-at-home mom trying to figure out if I wanted to go back into the work field, if I wanted to start my own business, or if I wanted to continue enjoying that season of being a stay-at-home mom. Fast forward, now I'm 42 and I have my own business, Christina's Curls, and that came from having my last daughter, Christina, and she had a need. So yeah, at 35, I was still trying to figure it out. You know, do I stay home? Do I get out here? And yeah, I'm out here now. So
what was your end result? I mean, we know that you're booming now. So 35, you were figuring it out. When did you finally figure it out? Like, this is what I want to do. I just want to go into business and, work for myself.
I would say about 40. I started Christina's Curls when I was 38. But the first 2 years I was still like, am I going to take this serious? Am I going to keep this, small, a little mom and pop brand? But by 40, I was like, okay, yes, this is my time. This is my calling. This is my time. And it has been amazing.
What was the motivation behind Christina's Curls?
And I tell everybody this, it really was my passion. My background is aesthetics. So I've been in the beauty industry for 20 plus years. I had my own day spa. I went to school for aesthetics. I also have my certification in formulation. So it kind of just fell in my lap. When Christina was born, she had really bad eczema, really bad cradle cap. And it was in the middle of COVID. I think I had her about 3 weeks before we shut down for COVID. So, when I was getting those doctor's appointments that were so far out, they were not giving me the information that I needed as far as what to use on her, because they were focused on COVID, not really skin conditions. So one day I was really frustrated. I was talking to my husband, who happens to be a chemist. And I was talking to him and I was just like, nothing's working. I don't like what they're prescribing for her. And he said, why don't you make her something? He was like, this is what you do. Why don't you make her something? And I promise you, it was like a light bulb went off. I'm like, how did I not think of this? This is my field. How did I not? And I guess it was because it was for children. And my focus has always been adults. So I just didn't put two and two together. But yeah, at that moment, I was like, yes, this is my calling. So I say that to say I do it for other moms who were in the position that I was in, and for the children, because eczema is it's an ugly thing to deal with.
I suffer from it as well.
Oh, I got to get you some products to you.
Yes, and my grandson is suffering from it too. He's only 5 months, and the cradle cap is bad.
Yes.
So this is a blessing.
Yes.
talking to
Yes.
you. Okay.
Absolutely. So yes, I will get products to you when we
Thank
finish.
you.
I will get it to
Thank
you.
you.
Absolutely.
So hubby inspired you to go ahead and make something.
Yes, he did.
And you got in the kitchen.
I got in the
You got in the kitchen and started making it happen.
literally in the kitchen. Okay. Yes. And trial and error. I pulled out my books. I started looking at ingredients that work together, essential oils that were safe for children, because when I started using it on her, she was 8 weeks old. And I was putting up a lot of before and after pictures and just sharing my results. I had no desire at that time to start a business. Okay. It's COVID. I
Okay.
had a new baby. I had already been at home 5 years at that time, so it was a business was the last thing on my mind, but people started messaging me, DMing me, "Can you make my baby some? I'll cash app you," and it
Look at
just
God.
I know, and even then, I still was not really ready. I was forced to set up a website because, like I said, people were cash apping me, and Cash App shut me down. I think we got
Oh,
to, like,
they thought it was some of that COVID fraud going on, huh?
listen, they were like, "It looks like you're running a business through Cash App. You need to get Cash App Business," and they shut it down. So at that point, I was like, "Well, let me get a website." And yeah, so it just fell in my lap, really. The
And you
business
literally just took off from there?
took off, took off. Yeah.
Wow. You're
Yes.
definitely an amazing story. You truly have a testimony.
Yes, I do. I do.
You
I'm
truly have a
blessed.
testimony. So, taking off, how did it feel? Like, were you able to manage your orders? Did it ever get overwhelming for you? At what
Oh,
point
are
did
you
you have to hire staff?
so I had to hire staff immediately.
Ah!
Um, my operations manager has been with me since, I wanna say, 2 months after I started. Yeah,
Wow.
he has been with me for a very, very long time, and then my daughter, who's 21 now, she was 16, 17 at the time, so I had her packaging, um, filling bottles, labeling it, like, we were thugging it out at first, the 3 of us.
A family that works together.
With my baby and the carrier, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. But that's what I mean, I this may sound crazy. I miss that part of it. Now I have a whole
Really?
staff and marketing team and everything, so I don't really do that part of it anymore, and sometimes I miss it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's your
Yeah.
baby. It's your
It's my
baby.
baby. Yes.
Let's talk
It's my
about
baby, so I go,
when you hit your first meal.
"Whew." Yes, that was a big deal because when I first started, it was like, "Oh, you know, 10,000. Oh, yeah, that's great." Cash App shut me down at, I wanna say, like, 80,000. And so the next thing was 100. I'm like, 100,000? Oh my gosh, for my house, for my kitchen, this is big. And then I set the big goal of 1,000,000. And when I tell you, it actually had gone over me, and I was trying to keep track, like I was going on my back end watching it, and I was at like 990 or something and completely forgot about it, tracking it. And when I thought about it, it was like at 1,200,000 or something like that. And that was the best feeling.
Did
That's
you
when
do
I was really
cartwheels?
like, listen, did I? That's when I was like, oh, they really rocking with me. My products are really good. Yes. So,
At that
yeah.
point, at your first meal, were you national? Were you
Yes.
servicing everywhere?
Yes. So how we really took off was I was posting,
I can
and
hear you, but you're
online.
froze again.
Really?
Yeah.
You- What about now?
You're still frozen. And it's okay because we can edit all this out.
Okay. I wonder
That's why I
why.
like to record.
I wonder how do I freeze it? Let's see.
Are you on your
Want me
computer
to
or your
reload
phone?
it? Computer.
Okay.
What about
You still froze.
shoot? What no does I have great connection. I can
Really?
hear it.
Okay. You're good now. You're good. I see you
Okay.
and hear you. Yep, it's good now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What were we saying? Do you
We're
see
talking
that
about you
line
being a
going through?
national brand.
Yes. So, moms on TikTok were posting about Christina's curls, and we went viral. And
Wow.
that weekend, I was out of town, and I just saw my Shopify just blowing up, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what is going on?" And we had orders from Paris, from Dubai.
Wow.
It was crazy. It was crazy, and it was a little intimidating at first because I'm like, "Oh my God, how do I get my products?" The pricing of shipping and yeah. So yes, we did. We were national when we made that million. Not in
And at this
stores, not
point,
in
were you in a
retail.
warehouse or anything?
No,
Oh my God.
no. At that time, I was in my basement. I had a full finished basement, like 4,000 square feet. And
Oh,
we
that's a
had to
big
turn that
basement.
yeah, we had turned that into it had, a kitchen and everything, and we had turned that into our warehouse because I was still tiptoeing in like, okay, do I really want to go all in? A warehouse is another bill. Okay.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
like a mortgage. I
Yeah.
started pricing warehouses and I was like, oh, this is a home. Um, so yeah, when we hit that first million, we actually the first up until 2 million, we were yes, yeah. So, and only on Shopify, we weren't selling on any other platforms. Now we're in Buy Buy Baby, Amazon Prime, Walmart Marketplace.
Okay. All the big chains.
Yes, yes. Yep.
So it just happened. How soon before you got into those big chains?
So we're online for Walmart. We're online for Buy Buy Baby, but I would say about because this just recently happened. So about 3 months ago is when I started.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 3 months ago is when I was like, okay, I'm ready to play with the big boys. So yeah.
How many people do you house as far as staffing? And I say house because you put the money in their pockets and you brought
So
jobs
I
to the
have
community.
yes, and my staff is so dear to me because all of them are women.
Yes.
Um, most of them are moms, and they really get Christina's Curls. It's not just a job to them. Like they see my vision. Most of them are moms. So if they have not dealt with eczema, they've possibly dealt with cradle cap or just
Yeah.
skin sensitivity, period. And so they really, really support us. But I want to say I have 16 employees now.
That's big.
Yes, between my marketing team, um, warehouse employees. Yes,
And
16.
we got that warehouse.
Yes, we got their warehouse. Yes, ma'am. It was not an option at a point. It was like, okay, we have
Gotta go
to.
big. Go big
Gotta
or
go
go
big.
home. And you
Yeah.
did that. I am not your mom, but I feel just as proud as a mother would feel.
Yeah,
Black
thank you.
excellence. The sisters are doing it. And I'm so glad that you went all in and didn't just stop, let your fears of
Mhm.
going all in stop you. What
Yes.
do you have? What's next on your goal list for Christina's Curls?
Well, definitely to get into more retail stores.
Okay.
And I really want to start speaking and teaching more women how
I
to
love
do
it.
this because I didn't really have a mentor. I, of course, watch, the Mayel brand owner, Monique, and, different people, but I didn't have anyone to give me the blueprint. And I want to be that for someone.
I
I want
love
to
that.
be that for that mom who's trying to figure out, okay, how do I start a business but still show up as a wife and still show up as a mother?
'Cause it's
And
hard.
it's
It's
hard,
hard.
and by the time it hits the internet, by the time you don't see all the work on the back
Yeah.
end, you just see the finished product, you know? We often we're jealous of the finished product, but we don't see all the hard
Mhm.
work, all the sleepless nights, all the sacrifices that's made before that overnight
Yeah.
success. Like it takes 3
Yeah.
years for that overnight success. So my next goal for 2024 is to really start a mentorship for other women, other moms. Yes.
Beautiful. And TikTok will definitely do it for you. That mom talk, that TikTok era of mothers will make you
Yes.
go viral.
Yes. We did
The
not
moms
pay
stick
for
together on there.
yeah, we did not do ads. We did not do any paid marketing until our second year.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, it was word of mouth. It was moms just, hey. Now, I did have some moms that will reach out and say, hey, I'm on TikTok. Can you just send me some product? And yeah, that was easy. But as far as paid marketing, we didn't have to do any of that till year 2 when we started scaling. So it's a blessing.
That's what you call divinity. Like this
Yes,
was meant.
it was
This
meant.
was meant.
Absolutely.
This was
And
meant.
that's
When
what
you're
keeps
on
going.
God's time, everything just falls into place.
Right. And that's what keeps me going. That's my why.
Yeah.
I tell people I didn't start it for money. That wasn't my need. That wasn't my goal. Um, so that helping other moms, helping other children, that's my why. And I think that's why it's been so
Mhm.
successful, you know?
Because your product is your heart and soul.
Yes.
Like you said, you didn't develop it for money. You developed it to actually help people.
Right.
And it's actually helping people. That's
A
a
lot of
big
people.
major difference than your product and a lot of your competitors, because they have product out there that just don't work.
Right. Just has a
And it's
name on it.
overpriced and it's on the shelves and it's continuing to be over the shelves just because they're doing all of the marketing and they're making it seem like it's working and paying
Mhm.
people to say that it's working. I know this happens because I do commercials myself.
Mhm. Yeah,
So to have someone that's genuinely putting their heart and soul to wanting to help people, that makes a huge difference.
it really does. It really does.
It
So
does.
I say that is a large percentage of our success. The products, they speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Are you going or do you plan on expanding Christina's Curls into other products?
I do. I'm working on a Mommy and Me
Okay.
collection.
Can we talk
Because
about it?
yes, I am. I was a little scared. Listen, they say do it scared, but because it's so many brands for adults,
Yeah,
not as
it
many
is.
for children. But I get at least 1 to 2 DMs or emails a day, like a day, of mom saying, "Can I use this? I know it's for children, but can I use this too? And do you have something for me?" So I'm like, "Okay, God, I hear you. I'm getting the
'Cause I
nudge."
just told you I suffer from it. My grandson suffers from it. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what
Yep.
you're
So
supposed to be doing.
I'm
So what
working
are
on
some of
it.
those what are some of that product looking like for the adult
For the adults.
expansion?
So I'm definitely
Mhm.
going to, because a lot of adults do suffer from eczema. So I am gonna make a body butter and a serum that's
Nice.
stronger.
Okay.
Because with the children, we have everything third party tested just for their age group. So I have to pull back a little bit on the essential oils that I use. But for adults, I can be a little more aggressive with my
Yeah.
ingredients. So I'm definitely working on a serum. and a body butter because, with eczema, you have to keep it moisturized. You have to keep it hydrated. So yeah, those are the two that I'm trying to perfect right now.
Awesome.
Formulas,
Because
yes.
I suffer from it in my head.
Yeah. Yep.
I suffer from it bad in my head, and so does my daughter. It's really bad. It's really bad, especially because the climate
Yeah.
we're in.
Right. It's very dry. The air is dry there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. And now that I don't know, it just clicked because even though I'm in Georgia, I have majority of my customers are in California and Texas and really hot,
Hot
areas. I
climate.
have it all over, but I'm surprised to see that my top 5 was not Georgia. It's hot, warmer climates.
Because the heat really affects it affects it. It just dries you out altogether.
Mhm.
Especially
Right.
here in the desert.
Wow, yeah.
There's no moisture.
Yeah.
None.
Right. Yeah. That
None.
just clicked. Like, oh, that's why. Okay,
Yep.
got it.
That's exactly why. So your product coming out, it's for the skin. We could put it in our hair,
Yes.
on our
Yes.
scalp.
And even now, like, right, the one that I have now for the children is called a hair and body butter. So you can use it on their hair. They can use it on their
nice.
body as well. So I'll definitely pack you a bundle and get that to
Thank
you.
you. Thank
You
you.
can
Thank
try
you.
it
Thank
out
you.
until the adult line comes out.
Yes, I would love to. Hey, I'm even gonna get on
Yeah.
TikTok and show everybody. Hey,
Yes, thank
check me out.
you.
I got some of Courtney's
Right.
Christina's Curls products.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So you're
Yes,
doing the mommy and me,
ma'am.
which I think is amazing.
Right.
Where do you
Mhm.
see Christina's Curls in the next 10 years?
The next 10 years, let's
Mhm.
see.
You're already a
I definitely
millionaire.
want to be I definitely want to be known as the number one hair and skincare line of color. That's what I'm honing in on is being the supplier for us. Now I do have all races, all of that, but I definitely see Christina's Curls being the number one brand for children. Yes,
I
absolutely.
love
I hadn't
it.
thought about 10 years. I was thinking more about 5, but yeah, 10 years, we are
5,
going to be
10.
up there.
They're all by 10 years. Let me see. 10 years, you'll probably be ready to sit it down and just let your company and your business speak for itself.
Run itself. I don't
Probably a
know.
billionaire in 10 years, Courtney.
It's my baby.
Look how you taking
It's my
off.
baby right now. I know.
You say you're
I
not
know.
leaving. You're not sitting down for nothing, huh?
I can't see it right now. I can't see it right now.
Is the family still intimately involved in the business?
Yes, my daughter, she's in college.
Okay.
So she goes to TSU, so she's away. But when she comes home, she helps. She helps a lot with marketing. She's actually going to school for marketing, business and marketing.
Beautiful.
Christina, I had her in the warehouse today. I had to go and do something. And I'm like, hey, make these boxes, help us, get these, because she was just making a mess. So I had to put her to work. She loves going. She's like, this is my business. So, and everybody in the warehouse just
Beautiful.
dots over her. So, yeah. So everybody is still very hands-on. Even my 10-year-old son, he's very hands-on. And I like that because,
Yeah.
it does take me away from home, even though all of them are in school. So I like for them to see what we're working towards. It's not just mom. This is our, our legacy. This
Your
is
legacy, yeah.
our business. Yeah. So
That's amazing.
yes.
That's amazing. You normally hear people in your shoes who've developed businesses, who've become millionaires. Once they get to that point, they fall back. But like you said, it's your baby. So guess what, Courtney? Because you're so intimately involved and don't want to fall back, you have nothing but good graces and billions coming your way. You know that, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
coming.
I've gotten better at delegating, but
Okay.
it's just certain things that I'm like, I need to be there. I need to see it. I need to feel the new labels. I need to feel the texture of, the new products. I have to be there. Because as great as my employees are, it's still my vision.
Yeah.
So, and people only work as hard as they see you working.
That is so true.
You know?
That is so
So I still
true.
have to be very present, very hands-on, and not have them feel like, oh, we're just filling products. No, this is our brand. We're a family. So yeah. But yeah,
Beautiful.
I'm not ready to walk away.
Anything
Yeah.
outside of Christina's curls coming about?
Been doing a lot of speaking
Okay.
engagements,
Okay.
just, really telling my story and just encouraging other women. That's really near and dear to me because I've been there. When you
Mhm.
said at 35, I was that mom that was trying to figure out what does life look like outside of husband and kids, because you can get lost
Oh,
in being a wife and
absolutely.
being a mom.
Absolutely.
And
I've
you
been a
look up
wife for
and you're
20
like,
years.
so
Mhm.
I'm in it 10 years, but it can just, you look up and you're like, wait a minute, what do I like? What do I enjoy? What do I want to do? So just encouraging women that you can have the career and the business and still be a good mom and still be a good wife and still show up for yourself. You don't have to sacrifice that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm really working on, is just being a voice for other women.
So we can look forward to you touring in the
Possibly
touring
in
and
in
doing some mentoring to
2024.
these ladies, getting them in
Yes,
a
absolutely.
live audience and hearing you speak, and that would be amazing. I would definitely come. I would definitely
Yes,
come.
and
We
just
got into some of the positive
encourage them.
aspects of everything. Can
Yes,
you share with us some of the struggles? Because I know that there were struggles. I mean, nothing's 100% perfect, and we just
listen,
made
there were
everything seem
struggles.
like it was just overnight success. But I know that there were struggles, and I like for the audience to hear about some of those things.
Yes, so one experience that was just like, oh my God, to me was when I decided to start doing paid marketing.
Mm.
I signed on with this agency and it was a nightmare. I signed up to do for them to run my talk account, and I spent over $11,000 in 2 months and got one order for my TikTok shop. Okay.
Are you
Whew,
serious?
one order. And I'm like, now I was
That was
getting orders
highway
from people
robbery.
who I was getting orders from people who found us on TikTok and would go to our Shopify that we had actual TikTok shop, and they were supposed to be running it and running ads, and it was a nightmare. I actually had to get an attorney involved because these marketing companies, they get you in these contracts
Hmm.
and they have you buy the balls. So it took 2 months to get out of that contract. But yeah,
Oh
$11,000,
wow.
one order. The order was like $48, $40.
So you
So
had to buy
that
out your contract?
no, I didn't buy out of it. I
Okay,
had an attorney to read the fine print and get me out of the contract because they weren't
got you.
holding up their end. But when you hire these marketing agencies, I always tell people, know how to run every department of your business. Even if you don't run it, know how to. I'm approaching year 4, October 29th, I know how to do everything. I know how to label. I know how to fill the bottles. I know how to go on the back end and send my own emails. I even know how to launch an ad if I need to.
Okay.
Because
I'm not gonna catch you with your pants down.
listen, because if you don't know how to do it, you don't really know if that person is doing what they said they're gonna do. And TikTok, I refuse to get on TikTok. It was the only area of my business I did not know how to do, and I got caught up, you know.
Yeah,
So that
11K is a lot for 2 months.
I know. I was like, what? Yeah. And it was a big known agency. I'm not going to say the agency name, but it was
Okay.
a big known agency. So I'm like, and then they knew of my company. They approached me. So I'm like, oh, they're not going to screw me over. They know Christina's Curls. They know who. Yes. So
Wow.
my advice would be to know how to run every department of your business.
You
Every
hear that,
department.
guys? That's some sound advice.
Yes.
That's
I
some
write
sound
every
advice.
check. I pay every credit card, invoice, purchase order. I do everything. I know what is coming in, what is going out, down to the cent, because you're either going to pay for it with your time, taking your time out and do it, or you're going to pay for it with your funds. So it's no way
And we're
around it
not in the business of losing funds.
at all. Okay. Have you seen the price of eggs? At
Oh my
all.
goodness. Yeah.
No, no, ma'am.
Food got me on a hunger strike. It's too expensive. Too expensive.
Yes.
How do you get your products?
So now that I'm no longer making them in the kitchen, I had all of my formulas made, and I have a third party manufacturing company that I work with.
Okay.
It took time. It took about 6 or 7 months to get everything switched over, NDAs, because my husband and I made all of our formulas. So we had to we had them sign NDAs, like you can't share our formulas. You can't say, oh, we make the products for Christina's Curl.
Nice.
And now we have a manufacturing company that makes our products for us. And it's great because it's allowed us to do, they were already doing our third party testing.
Okay.
So now it's just a seamless process. And we've worked with them from day one until now. So
That's amazing.
yes.
How would one that's looking to go where you went into the business and in the industry, how would one go into expanding and getting someone to make their product and getting a major marketing company? How would someone go that route?
So for the products, you either need to have the education to formulate your products, or you need to hire a chemist to formulate your product. So that's what you would do, to get started in that area. Now, as far as the marketing, that I would say go with a word of mouth, someone that has worked with a marketing company, because there's so many of them, and they market. So they make the commercials and the ads look. You don't really know the work that they're going to do until you signed on, till you're on board with them. So my marketing company that I'm working with, runs my ads and my emails and my social media. They were word of mouth.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful.
So that's all I do when it comes to that is work. I don't take any. No, I have to know.
And when it comes
I
to
love
cooking
them.
in the kitchen and utilizing your home as a base for your business, were there any type of red tapes you had to break through? Any type of special licensing?
No, not What I did, of course, like I said, I had all my products, third party test. And at that point, they started, fulfilling them for me. But the main thing, you have to have your LLC, you have to have a business license, things like that, business insurance. I have a multi-million business policy to, protect me and also protect customers. But it wasn't really hard to get started at the beginning. It wasn't really hard to get started at the beginning.
And that's a good thing to hear, seeing that you didn't have a mentor or a coach. It was something that you went into on your own.
Yes, I did have an associate at the time who had her own skincare line. And, she was telling me as far as like, get your LLC, do this, do that. But the nit and gritty of it, oh my gosh, I had to figure it out. I had to figure it. It was me and God. I always say I'm in business with God because I didn't know the stuff. I just had to research. I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning. I spent a lot of unnecessary money in the beginning trying to figure out. And I know if I had a mentor, I could have avoided that. It's that grit that makes you who you are,
That was that motivation that was pushing you.
Yes, absolutely. And just, following through. I'm really big on, I started this, I'm not gonna let this brick wall stop me from seeing this through and accomplishing my goals. So I just pushed through.
Beautiful. Is there anything else you want to tell the audience? Any last words of advice? Tell them where they can get the product.
Okay, so you can definitely find Christina Curls on Amazon Prime. You can, did it go out? Can you see? Okay.
You did go dark.
Christina's Curls. Right. You can find Christina's Curls on Amazon Prime, at Bye Bye Baby, Walmart Marketplace, and Shopify. And my advice would be just start. Just start a business. Start whatever it is that you want to do. You will figure it out step at a time. The answers will come to you. So often we're crippled by fear and what if, or is this going to work out? Just start. That my biggest advice would be just start the project. Yeah.
Because it won't get going if you don't start, guys. It'll just be a dream. It'll just be a dream.
And you'll live with that regret. What if I would have started that? What if, how would that work out? And even worse, when you see somebody else take that idea you had and take it all the way to the top, now you mad.
Because what if, if you had not started Christina's Curls, what would Courtney be doing today?
I had nothing. No. I don't know what I would be doing. Like I said, beauty was always my baby. That's always been a passion. But motherhood is my passion too. So I think if I would not have started Christina's Curls, I don't think there's another business that I would have felt comfortable being away from home and being away from the children in these years to do. So I probably would still be a stay-at-home mom, which is nothing wrong with that. It's a season for that as well. Yes, I enjoyed that season. I miss it sometimes. But yes, I would probably still just be focusing on the children. Yeah.
And you're still focusing on everybody else's children now. So
everybody. I have a lot of kids. I have a lot of children, and I feel like that when they send me DMs and they're like, hey, I just want to, show you. Oh, and I have one who literally bought my product. She just emailed me. It's at the top of my mind. She just emailed me Sunday. She bought my products when she was 9 months pregnant. She wasn't even here yet. And her baby's getting ready to turn 4. Her baby's getting ready to turn 4 now. And I'm like, I watched her grow up.
So, yeah, that's like
Yes.
a niece or a nephew.
Yeah.
That's
It's a girl.
amazing.
But yeah, I'm like, oh. So it's such a blessing. It's such a fulfilling passion of mine. It really is. It brings me so much joy. Yes, it does.
That's beautiful. Well, Christina, is there anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
No, but I do want to thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having me. Yes, when my manager brought it to my attention, I was like, yes, I heard of that podcast. I absolutely want to be on it.
Oh,
So,
thank
yes,
you.
thank you
Thank you.
so
Thank
much.
you. I was excited. I was so excited to have you. And honey, let me tell you, before I leave, your body is tea.
Oh, thank you.
You look good.
Thank you. Thank
You look good. When
you.
I did the flyer, I was like, oh, she looks amazing.
I'm trying to
You
keep
look
it
amazing to be a
together
mom.
too. I'm like, okay. Yes. Yes. When we look good and feel good, we show up better for them.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Well, Christina, I want to thank you so much for gracing us with your presence on the sofa this evening. We're going to get up out of here, couch potatoes. We got shit to do. And goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.